Hello and welcome to the Click Return YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to be going over GA4 or Google Analytics 4 key events and how to set them up for your small business. So if you're a small business owner, you know GA4 can feel like a foreign language at times. You need to know what's working, but the data can be very overwhelming and you don't know where to start. So in this video, we're going to cut through the noise and set up key events. First of all, obviously come over to the Google Analytics dashboard. And so what is a key event? A key event is simply a success action on your website, like a conversion. It's the moment a visitor does what you want them to do. So first things first, starting on the Google Analytics dashboard. First of all, we're going to come over to this settings cog down the bottom, which is the admin. Then this is going to bring up this menu, and there's two ways to get to events. There's one in the menu here under data display, or in this section here, again under data display. Once we're in here, it will show your key events that are already selected. You might not have any, or you might have one or two. But what I want you to do is come over to recent events. And again, you might have more or less in here than we do. But this is where you're going to actually select your key events, which will then show in this tab here. So potentially the key event that you want might already be in this list here, and all you'll have to do is just click this star here, which I'm showing now, and then that will then appear within the key events tab. That's not something that I want to track, so I'm going to unselect this. So if what you're looking for isn't in this list already, what I want you to do is come over to this blue button here, create event. And then you should give it a name. And for this example, I'm going to use generate lead. As you can see, for me, it says this event is already a key event, which is true. So I'm just going to add one on the end so that I can show you this example. And then I'm going to mark it there as a key event, and this will prompt you to give it a value. So this is obviously different for everyone. So for this example, I'm just going to do $100. You can change the currency to you. So then next is a counting method. Recommended is only to have it once per event, as you don't want multiple duplicates. However, it's different for everyone. For you, you might prefer once per session, but I'm going to leave it as once per event. And then you come down to choose how to create an event. I leave it on create without code. You can have create with code, but this is a bit more tricky and a bit more technical. So for now, I'd leave it on there. I can do what I want to do by just using it this way. Then under event name here, we're going to select this and we're going to actually leave it as page view. There is form submit in here as well, but for what we need is we're only doing a thank you page. This is perfect. So URL contains is already in here. So all we're going to need to do is add the final part of our URL. So for this example, I'm just going to do thank-u. If you're doing multiple thank you pages, or if you have multiple thank you pages on your website, you could differentiate it. You put, form submission afterwards. That might work for you, but for now, I'm just going to leave it as thank-u. That would be the last step, and then you just come over here and hit create. And so as we marked it as a key event, it won't be in the recent events. It will be the events tab already, as you can see down here. Then after you've left this for a couple of weeks and you've started generating some inquiries, what you want to do is come over to reports. And what I like to do is come down to under acquisition, go to traffic acquisition. This shows you the channels that people have come through. It shows you obviously the sessions, engagement rate, etc., etc. And it has events in here, but obviously that's different to key events. Key events is the ones that you're more interested in, and this will include your new generate lead that you've just set up for your thank you page hit. If you've set up various key events, you can toggle this so that you can choose that one. So here's our example that we did earlier. Obviously it's going to go 0, but that's how you do that. That's all from me. I hope this video was helpful and you're now able to track your key events within Google Analytics 4. If you still require further help or want to explore how we can bring you a better return on investment for your business, leave a comment or contact us at clickreturn.co.uk. I'll put the link in the description. We'll be happy to help.